I wonder if M3GAN would have hit differently for me if I were the parent of an iPad kid. But I'm not, so was I the only one rooting for M3GAN for like 80% of the film? Because let's be honest, Aunt Gemma is not being a great guardian through the majority of the movie. Poor Katie just lost both her parents, and I do have sympathy for Gemma for having been put in this position of suddenly becoming a guardian and losing her sister, but in my book, Katie comes first. Which I get is the point, right? This film is about how it's simply easier for parents to just give their kid a toy or an iPad rather than doing the hard work of being engaged with them. Parenting, really good engaged parenting, looks like a lot of hard work. And I have to be honest, when the AI robot companion you've built for your niece because you feel inadequate as a caretaker starts to sound like she takes the role of taking care of Katie more seriously than you do, we may have a problem. What's fun about the movie is it does feel like a fresh take on an old classic, Child's Play. Now, the big difference here is that Chucky's not interested in being a good caretaker or friend to the main kid, Andy, in Child's Play, right? I mean, he's just a serial killer who's possessed a doll. But I think that was to get at the anxieties of the time, right? This whole stranger danger idea that any evil person could present themselves in a way to children in a way that got them to trust them and maybe even trust them more than the other people in their life, even though they have nefarious ends. And I think one of the key ways that M3GAN feels scarier than Child's Play did is because it's getting at the anxieties of our time. Because M3GAN is not some self-interested serial killer, right? I don't even think you could consider her self-aware so much as she's so beholden to her primary function, taking care of Katie, that it allows her to overcome a lot of the safety measures that were put in place. The anxiety I think M3GAN strikes at the heart of is this idea that parents today are more willing to allow technology to replace their function in their children's lives. Along with the added layer that the children themselves might see the technology as warm and inviting and be okay with that replacement of their parents in this particular form. And that ultimately technology is a cold substitute for warm, empathetic, loving parents who are engaged in their child's lives. Which is part of what makes the ending resolution so satisfying, that Aunt Gemma finally realizes that she should take an active role and just talk to her niece about her feelings, about what's going on in her life, about their shared grief. And Katie, the niece, realizing she does need people in her life, real people, not some sort of Terminator replacement. So if I did have one huge complaint about this film, why in the world did Gemma make this toy have Terminator-like strength in the first place? Let's be for real, this woman has no business making toys for children. The original prototype of M3GAN she shows in this film, the head exploded. I wasn't expecting to like this movie as much as I did. I was really rooting for M3GAN through a lot of it, just saying, yeah, get him. And then I was rooting for Gemma and Katie to, stop M3GAN. And then I was rooting for them to finally find a way to become a family. And that, to me, very satisfying art. Now, we are over a third of the way through 31 Days of Horror, but there's no rule that says you have to start from the very beginning. So if you want to join up now, or you want to watch some of the movies I've already discussed, the list of films I'm watching this October is in my pinned videos. Until next time, I don't know, talk to the iPad kid in your life. Maybe take him to a pumpkin patch. Just a suggestion.